So Cooper has decided to join us. And so today's video is going to be a very cheesy one. So I'm going to share my goals and what I learned from 2020 today. This is going to be how to reset your life in 2021. I get it that I'm in no position to actually give you guys any suggestion, but it's just that 2020 was not a bad year for me because I had sorted my goals for that year. I think when you have goals and when you are focused, I think things become easier because like our brains are always looking for something to occupy themselves with. As we must have heard, Khali Dimag Shaitan Ka Ghar. I think it's true a little because if you are not having any goals, you won't be motivated. You will have more time and more void, which you eventually start filling up with the bad things or things that can make you feel sad. And I have been there, so I think maybe some of things that I'm going to talk about can help you. Yeah, let's get started. First of all, I'll share the 3 things that I learned in 2020. I know it's very cheesy. It's going to be antifragility. So what is antifragility? I came across this term when I was reading this book, Ikigai, which is written about the Japanese way of living, and I loved that book. It spoke about so many things that could give you a lot of perspective into so many areas in your life that you have never thought about. And anti-fragility stuck with me because last year I was on bench, which basically means that I did not have a project aligned to myself. And when everything started shutting down, news of layoff was kind of scaring me. I was really very scared. Although I am grateful for being a part of the organization that I am in, I knew that I was safe, but you never know. I mean, my brain, I could not make it understand that aasta kuch nahi hoga. I was freaking out, and that time this term stuck with me. Anti-fragility basically means keeping yourself safe in situations, no matter the situations. So for example, if tomorrow by chance, God forbid, I get terminated from my organization, my whole life should not come crashing down. I would like to share a quote here. 3 harmful addictions are heroin, carbohydrates, and a monthly salary. So it's by Nassim Taleb. I heard this in one of the YouTube videos that I saw recently. And yes, I cannot agree more. I mean, although I do not have more than one source of income at this moment, but this term really did stuck with me. So a lot of things you can do to make yourself anti-fragile. You can start investing. You could start saving some money, at least enough to make you survive 4 or 5 months in case things come crashing down. And the best thing that you could do for yourself is have more than one source of income, which I do not have for now, but I'm working on it. Basically, be like Hydra. If someone cuts your head off, you should be able to pop 2 more heads. I mean, I hope you get the point. The second thing that I learned this year was to be grateful. So last year I started sharing a lot of Instagram stories in which I was randomly posting pictures of things that I was grateful for, and मेरा बहुत मजाक उड़ाया गया था because मेरे दोस्त बोल रहे थे कि अभी she'll be grateful for even the chappal she's wearing or the pani that she's drinking. And I think that's the point. You have to be grateful for things that you take for granted otherwise. So I think it's a good practice. If you don't want to write it, if you don't want to put a story like I was, you can just think about it before you fall asleep. One thing that you were grateful for, which you took for granted. I mean, it could be anything: the bed you sleep in, the blanket that covers you during it rains outside. So yeah, I think that helps a lot during difficult times, being grateful. And the third thing that I would like to share is that we should stop waiting. So I saw a lot of people were, including me, they had started taking for granted the biggest asset that we had in 2020, and that was time. When all of a sudden everything started shutting down, we suddenly had so much time on our hands. I mean, it was nice because our fast moving life suddenly got a halt, and we could finally take some time out for ourselves. But the problem began when I started thinking that, I have to do this thing. I have this goal that I have to work on. But abhi nahi, because abhi sab sahi nahi hai. Let's wait. Maybe 2 mahine ke baad, when things get normal, I should start working on this. But after 2 months, nothing got normal, and my brain was still reluctant to move on, and it wanted to say ki wait for 2 more months, and maybe after that things would work out. So if you see like that, I would have wasted 4 months just waiting for something, wasting time. And I started working on my goal. So last year my goal was to start giving interviews, and when the lockdown happened, I thought abhi to there would be no openings, so there's no point in applying. So I waited, and after 2 months again my mind was telling me that nothing is back to normal, so there are still very less openings, so there's no point in applying. But thank God I stopped myself there and started applying and giving interviews, because the hiring was affected, but the hiring was still going on. So all the time that I wasted, I could have utilized it. But that's okay, because now I learned that time is important and we should not wait. Let's not wait on 2021. Let's just do what we want to do. And with those 3 things out of the way, I'm going to share some of the goals for 2021. First goal is at the professional front. So I'm a Java developer, and my first goal for this year is to learn a front-end language. My friends in the IT would get it. So that's my first goal. Second goal for this year is from workout perspective. I have stopped working out. I worked out last year only for 1 month, 2 months consistently, and 1 month on and off. And when I came back home, 1 month on and off. So like 4 months roughly. And this year I'm planning to be more consistent. But along with that, I want to learn headstands. So I have heard that headstands have a lot of benefits, like it calms your mind, strengthens your body, increases your lung capacity. I mean, moving on. Third thing is that I want to learn a new language. So in 2017, I had started learning French using Duolingo. That's how you pronounce it. And I stopped doing it, which I regret. So I will try to work on that. Fourth is to read 40 to 25 books this year. So last year also my goal was to read 25 books, but I think I could not. I read around 15 or 16 books and I could not complete the task. So let's hope that this year I get it done. And the fifth one is a little personal, so I've always wanted to. I had started writing it, but last year my laptop suddenly crashed and I lost all my data. So along with that, I stupidly had not saved it anywhere else. It was just on the local memory of my laptop and I lost it. I have to start from scratch and I have been procrastinating it since then, and I think I'll start working on that novel this year. Sixth one is that I want to be consistent on YouTube. I don't know how successful that would be because I have always picked up things and then left it. So I don't want to do that with YouTube. So yeah, I want to be consistent on YouTube. And with that, I have shared everything that I wanted to share today. I was thinking if I should post this or not, because who would want to listen to me blabbering? But that's the point of it. I want to do YouTube for myself because I like it, and put videos that make me happy initially, and then one by one everything else will fall into its place. I mean, that's how I see it. So I'm posting this anyways. Do let me know if you have any goals for this year. I would love to listen to that. And yeah, have a great 2021. Bye bye. Hi guys, this is us. Cooper! Shh! Shh! Pitty!